Did you know that the days leading up to Christmas hold immense transformative power for you if you're a Libra? What if I told you there's a special list, a kind of spiritual and energetic preparation that can completely change how you experience not only this special time of year, but the entire year ahead? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Look, I know you've been feeling something different in the air. That feeling that you need to fix some things in your life before the year ends, that desire to start from scratch, to leave behind everything that hurt you, hindered you, or prevented you from being happy. And it's no coincidence that you're here now watching this video. The universe has a very special way of putting the right people in the right messages at exactly the right time. And today is your day to receive this guidance. I'm going to reveal 12 powerful things, 12 transformative actions you need to take before Christmas arrives. I'm not talking about ordinary daily tasks. I'm talking about energetic movements, spiritual cleansings, decisions that will align you with abundance, true love, and the peace you so deserve. Each of these things was chosen with your zodiac sign's characteristics in mind, what you carry in your heart, your difficulties, and also your gifts. Do you know that feeling of always being on the fence, of not being able to make important decisions, of wanting to please everyone and ending up forgetting about yourself? Well, it's time to change that. It's time for you to take control of your life in a way you never have before. And these 12 things I'm going to show you are like 12 keys that will open doors that have been locked for a long time in your life. If you stay with me until the end of this video, you'll discover exactly what to do to make Christmas just the beginning of a completely new phase in your life. A phase where you'll no longer carry the weight of resentment, where the right people will finally appear, where money will flow more easily, and where you'll feel at peace with yourself. But if you leave now, you might miss the opportunity to make this change before the year ends. And look, time is passing quickly. So stay with me, pay attention to every word, because your life can start to change today. First point, make peace with someone you're avoiding. I know there's someone in your life you're not on good terms with. It could be a family member, an old friend, even someone from work or a neighbor. And every time you think about that person, you get that tightness in your chest, that discomfort, that urge to run away from the subject. But I need to tell you something very important. As long as you carry this resentment, this unresolved conflict, it will be impossible for you to fully experience all the good things the universe has in store for you. Look, I'm not saying it's your fault. Maybe you were deeply hurt by this person. Maybe they disappointed you in a way you never imagined. But the problem isn't whose fault it is. The problem is that this negative energy is clinging to you, weighing you down, blocking your blessings. And as a Libra, you need balance, harmony, and peace in your heart more than anyone else. You weren't born to live carrying resentment. So what I want you to do is this. Before Christmas arrives, reach out to that person. It can be in person, by phone, or by text message. The important thing is to take the first step. And when you talk to them, you don't need to pretend everything is okay if it's not. But you need to say that you want to make peace, that you want to leave the past in the past, that you want to move forward lightly. And you know why? Because when you do that, you're not doing the other person a favor. You're doing yourself a huge favor. The truth is, forgiving doesn't mean forgetting what happened. Forgiving means taking away the power that situation has over you. It means freeing your heart to receive new and good things. And look, I understand it's difficult. I understand it hurts. But think about it. Is it worth continuing to carry this weight? Is it worth letting an old fight continue to hinder your peace, your joy, your achievements? I know you're intelligent and already know the answer. And when you make peace with that person, something magical will happen. You'll feel like a huge weight has been lifted from your shoulders. You'll feel a lightness you haven't felt in a long time. And more. The universe will recognize your courage, your greatness of spirit, and will begin to reward you in ways you can't even imagine. Doors will open, opportunities will appear. Good people will cross your path. All because you had the wisdom to cleanse your energy before entering a new phase. And look, it doesn't matter how the other person reacts. They might accept it right away, they might take a while to process it, they might even not want to make peace right now. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that you did your part. You reached out, you showed that you are bigger than pride, you chose peace. And that's enough to completely transform your energy. The universe sees your intentions, sees your heart, and that's what counts. So don't put it off. Don't make excuses. Pick up the phone now, after you finish watching this video, and make it happen. You deserve to live lightly. You deserve peace in your heart. And this is the first step for you to build the Christmas and New Year you've always dreamed of having. Trust me and make this choice for yourself. Second point, organize and thoroughly clean your house. Now let's talk about something that seems simple, but has immense power. Truly tidying and cleaning your home. And when I say truly, I'm not talking about the basic tidying you do every day. I'm talking about a deep clean, the kind that moves everything, takes things out of place, and makes you find objects you didn't even remember you had. A clean that will completely renew the energy of your space. Do you know why this is so important for you if you're a Libra? Because your sign is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, harmony, and balance. You need to live in a beautiful, organized, and clean environment to feel good. When your house is messy, full of old things, and dusty, your mind also becomes confused, heavy, and unclear. And then you can't make good decisions, you can't have good ideas, you can't even rest properly. So set aside a day or two if necessary, and do a thorough cleaning. Start with your bedroom, which is the most intimate and important place in the house. Take everything out of the closet, fold it again, separate what you no longer need. Look under the bed, clean the corners, wipe everything down. Open the windows and let the fresh air in. Let the sunlight illuminate every corner. While you do this, you'll realize that you're not just cleaning the physical environment. You're cleaning your energy too. And there's something very important you need to do during this cleaning. Get rid of old things. Clothes you haven't worn in over a year, worn out shoes, old paper, gifts you received and don't like, broken decorations. All of that needs to leave your house. Because every object you keep unnecessarily is stagnant energy. It's occupied space that could be empty to receive new and good things. It's as if you were saying to the universe, look, I don't have room for anything new, it's all full here. But when you get rid of these things, when you donate, throw away, or sell what you no longer need, you are making a powerful move. You are showing that you are ready to receive the new. You are creating space, literally and energetically, for blessings, opportunities, and good people to enter your life. And believe me, the universe responds quickly to this kind of attitude. After your house is clean and organized, you can also do an energy cleansing. Light rosemary or rue incense. Pass it through all the rooms, asking for all the heavy energy to leave. You can place a glass of water with coarse salt in some corner of the house for a few hours and then throw it away. You can also spread some plants around because they bring life, oxygen, and good energy to the environment. Do what makes sense to you, but do something. And when you're done with all of this, stop for a moment and look around. Feel the difference. You'll notice that the air is lighter, that you can breathe better, that your mind is calmer. And from there, you'll start to notice changes in your life. You'll sleep better, wake up more refreshed, have more clarity to solve problems, and feel happier at home. And all of this will reflect in other areas of your life as well. So don't underestimate the power of a clean and organized home. It may seem silly, but it's not. It's one of the most important steps you can take before Christmas to ensure you enter the new year with the right energy. Your home is your temple. It's the place where you recharge your energies every day. Take good care of it and it will take good care of you. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal. And you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Let's continue with our video now. Third point, make a gratitude list for everything you experienced this year. It's time for you to stop for a moment and look back. I know it may have been a difficult year. I know you may have gone through complicated situations, losses, disappointments, moments of doubt and fear. But even so, even with all the bad things that may have happened, there were good things too. There was learning, there was growth, there were moments of joy, there were people who helped you, there were small achievements that made a difference. And you need to recognize all of that before the year ends. So grab a notebook, or open a note on your phone, and start writing down everything you're grateful for having experienced this year. And it doesn't have to be just the big things. It can be small things too. Like that day you were sad and a friend called you out of the blue. That moment when you managed to pay a bill that was worrying you. That time you laughed so hard your stomach hurt. The health you had, the food you didn't lack, the roof over your head, the people who love you. All of that deserves gratitude. And do you know why this exercise is so powerful? Because when you acknowledge the blessings you already have, when you are grateful for what you have already achieved, you are tuning your energy to the frequency of abundance. You are saying to the universe, I recognize all the good I have received, and I am ready to receive even more. And the universe loves grateful people, because they are people who know how to value things, who don't live complaining, who recognize the divine hand working in their lives. As you write this list, you'll realize something interesting. You'll realize that there was much more good than you imagined. Because you know what happens? We tend to focus on what went wrong, on the doors that closed, on the things that didn't work out. But we forget to look at everything that went right, at the doors that opened, at the blessings we received without even asking. And when you put it all on paper, it becomes clear that your life wasn't as bad as it seemed in your head. Furthermore, making this list will help you end the year on a positive note. Instead of dwelling on problems, arguments, and losses, you'll be focusing on what was good, what helped you grow, and what brought you joy. And this shift in focus is essential for starting the new year on the right foot. Because the energy with which you end one cycle is the energy with which you begin the next. And you want to start the new year vibrating high, vibrating with gratitude, vibrating with confidence, right? There's one more thing you can do with this list after you're finished writing. You can take this sheet of paper or notebook and put it in a special place, like inside a drawer or a pretty box. And every time you're feeling down, every time you feel discouraged, you can take this list and read it again. It will serve as a powerful reminder that you've always had reasons to be grateful, that you've always been blessed, even in difficult times. And if you want to go further, you can even perform a small ritual. Light a white candle, take your gratitude list and read it aloud, as if you were talking to God, to the universe, to your guardian angels. Give thanks from the heart for everything that happened, and then finish by asking that the next year be even better, even more blessed, even more full of reasons for you to be grateful. You can be sure that this energy will be felt and you will receive a response. So don't skip this step. Don't pretend it's not important. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces that exist. It has the power to transform your energy, your vibration, your entire life. And you, a Libra, who seeks so much balance and harmony, will benefit enormously from this exercise. Do it today before going to sleep, and you will see the difference it will make in your heart. Fourth point, have an honest conversation with yourself about your choices. Now we're going to a part that might be a little uncomfortable, but it's absolutely necessary. You need to sit down with yourself and have a real conversation without masks, without excuses, without running away from the difficult issues. You need to look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I making the right choices? Am I living the life I truly want? Or am I just going through the motions, doing what others expect of me, trying to please everyone but myself? This is a question that many Librans have difficulty answering, because you have this tendency to always consider what others will think, to always try to maintain peace, to avoid conflict at all costs. And often in the midst of all this, you end up losing yourself. You end up making choices that aren't truly yours. You end up accepting situations that harm you just to avoid displeasing anyone. And this needs to stop. So take some time for yourself, in a quiet place where no one will interrupt you, and start asking yourself these questions. Am I happy in my job? If the answer is no, what are you doing to change that? Am I in a relationship that makes me happy? If not, why are you still in it? Am I taking care of my health? Am I doing what I truly love? Am I surrounded by the right people? These questions may seem simple, but the answers can reveal a lot. And look, there's no point in deceiving yourself. There's no point in giving the pretty answers you think you should give. You need to be brutally honest with yourself. Because if you're not honest now, you'll continue living a life that isn't yours. You'll continue to be unhappy, frustrated, feeling like something is missing. And life is too short to waste time living a lie, living for others, forgetting about yourself. After you ask yourself these questions and answer them honestly, the next step is to create an action plan. Because it's pointless to realize you're making the wrong choices and do nothing to change. If you realize you're in a suffocating job, start thinking about alternatives, start studying something new, start looking for other opportunities. If you realize you're in a toxic relationship, start having the courage to set boundaries, to have a real conversation, or even to end it if necessary. If you realize you're neglecting your health, schedule that appointment you've been putting off, change your diet, start exercising. The important thing is for you to understand that your life is your responsibility. It's not your boss's fault if you're unhappy at work. It's not your partner's fault if you're unhappy in the relationship. It's nobody's fault. It's your choice to continue in this situation or to do something different. And I know that change is scary. I know it's frightening to leave your comfort zone, but you know what's even scarier? It's reaching the end of your life and realizing that you never truly lived, that you were never brave enough to go after what you really wanted. And you, Libra, have a special gift for making things work out when you really decide to. Because you are diplomatic, intelligent, sociable, you know how to talk to people, you know how to negotiate, you know how to find solutions. The problem is that many times you use all of this to help others and forget to use it for yourself. So now it's time to turn the tables. It's time to use all of your skills to build the life you deserve. And before Christmas arrives, do this exercise. Sit down with yourself, ask yourself these difficult questions, answer them honestly, and create a plan. It doesn't need to be a perfect plan, it doesn't need to have every detail worked out. But it needs to be a start. It needs to be a commitment you make to yourself that next year will be different, that you will live more for yourself, that you will make choices that truly make you happy. And when you do that, the whole universe conspires in your favor. 5th point. Refresh your appearance and take care of your body. Let's talk now about something that directly affects your self-esteem and how you see yourself. Taking care of your appearance. And before you think this is superficial, let me explain something. Taking care of how you present yourself to the world, taking care of your body, your skin, your hair is not vanity. It's self-respect. It's self-love. It's you saying to yourself, I deserve to feel good, I deserve to look in the mirror and like what I see. And you, being a Libra, understand this well, because Venus, which rules your sign, also rules beauty, aesthetics, everything that is beautiful and harmonious. You feel better when you are well-groomed, when your appearance is on point, when you look at yourself and find yourself beautiful. But sometimes, in the midst of the daily rush, the problems, the worries, you end up neglecting yourself. You end up postponing that haircut you always wanted, that new outfit that would make you feel more confident, that skincare treatment you were thinking about starting. So before Christmas arrives, I want you to take some time just to take care of yourself. Book that hair salon appointment you've been putting off. Get your nails done to make you look more put together. Buy that outfit you saw and liked but thought you didn't need. Try a new makeup look if you wear any, or a different perfume. Take care of your skin, apply some cream, cleanse it, treat that pimple that bothers you. All of this seems small, but it has an enormous power over how you feel. And it doesn't stop at just the looks. Take care of your body from the inside out too. Start drinking more water because dehydration affects everything. Your skin, your mood, your energy, your disposition. Pay attention to what you're eating. You don't need to go on a crazy diet, but try to eat more natural things, more fruits, more vegetables, less processed junk food that only leaves you bloated and tired. And if you don't exercise at all, start slowly. A 15-minute walk already makes a difference. The important thing is to move your body because a still body is still energy. Do you know what happens when you start taking better care of yourself? You start respecting yourself more. You start valuing yourself more. And when you value yourself, other people start valuing you too. You start attracting better situations, better people, better opportunities. It's like you're sending a message to the universe saying, look, I care about myself, I take care of myself, so I only accept good things in my life. And the universe responds accordingly. Furthermore, when you feel beautiful, when you feel good about your appearance, your self-confidence increases. You become more secure in talking to people, in pursuing the things you want, in putting yourself out there, in taking risks. And for you, a Libra, who sometimes suffers from indecision and insecurity, this increase in self-confidence can be transformative. It can be the little push you needed to finally take that action you've been putting off for so long. And look, you don't need to spend a lot of money on it. You don't need expensive procedures or to buy designer brands. The important thing is for you to feel good. Could be just fixing your eyebrows at home. It could be wearing that nice outfit that's been in your closet for months. It could be taking a longer bath with good music, using that fragrant soap you like. It could be giving yourself a massage before bed. Anything that makes you feel cared for, anything that makes you feel special is worthwhile. And before Christmas, when you've already refreshed your appearance and are feeling good about yourself, you'll realize that everything becomes lighter. The parties become more enjoyable, the conversations become easier. You're more open to having fun, meeting new people, and enjoying life. And that's exactly the state of mind you need to end the year well, and start the next one in the best possible way. 6th point. Resolve outstanding financial issues and organize your money. Now let's talk about a subject that many people struggle with, but that's essential for you to have peace of mind and sleep soundly. Your finances. I know it can be uncomfortable to look at the bills, the debts, the expenses that have gotten out of control. But pretending the problem doesn't exist won't make it disappear. On the contrary, it will only make it grow. So before Christmas arrives, you need to have the courage to sit down and resolve your financial issues once and for all. First step. Make a list of everything you owe. Everything. Credit card debt, loans, that money you borrowed from a friend or family member, that bill you let expire and kept forgetting about, everything. Put it all on paper or in a spreadsheet so you have a real overview of the situation. I know it can be scary to see it all together, but it's better to know the truth than to keep deceiving yourself. Because only after recognizing the problem can you begin to solve it. Second step. See what you can negotiate. Call the bank, call the store, talk to the person you owe money to. Often it's possible to pay in installments, get a discount, or renegotiate the interest. But you need to take the initiative to go there and talk. Companies prefer to receive the money in installments rather than nothing at all. So be honest, explain your situation, and try to reach an agreement that fits your budget. You'll be surprised how much can be resolved with a sincere conversation. Third step. Create a financial plan for the next year. Look at how much you earn, look at how much you spend, and see where you can cut unnecessary expenses. That streaming subscription you no longer use, that daily snack at work that could be replaced by a packed lunch from home, that coffee at the bakery that adds up to a fortune at the end of the month. All of these are small expenses that, when added up, make a huge difference. And the money you save can be used to pay off debts or to save. By the way, about saving money, you need to start doing it, even if it's just a little. Even if you can only save 10 reais a week, it's something. Because having a reserve, having money saved for emergencies, gives you a security and peace of mind that is priceless. You stop living on the edge, you stop panicking every time an unexpected expense arises. And you, being a Libra, need the stability to feel at peace. Another important thing. Stop making impulse purchases. I know you love beautiful things, I know you like giving gifts, I know it's hard to resist when you see something you like. But you need to learn to control these impulses, at least until you get your finances in order. Before buying anything, ask yourself, do I really need this? Or is it just a momentary desire? Won't I regret it in a week? These questions will help you avoid a lot of unnecessary expenses. And there's something that many people don't talk about, but it's very real. Money is energy. When you're in debt, when your accounts are a mess, when you don't have control over your finances, that energy becomes heavy, it becomes blocked. And then you can't attract more money, more abundance, because you're vibrating scarcity, you're vibrating worry. But when you resolve your outstanding issues, when you organize your accounts, when you start to have control, that energy is released. And then things start to flow better. So don't put it off. Before Christmas, take a day and do it. Resolve what needs resolving, negotiate what needs negotiating, organize what needs organizing. It might be tiring, it might be boring, but when you're done, you'll feel an enormous relief. You'll feel like you've taken a huge weight off your shoulders, and you'll be able to enjoy the end-of-year festivities with much more peace of mind, knowing that you're in control of your financial life, and that next year will be different. Seventh point. Strengthen your ties with the people who truly matter. The time has come for you to look at the people around you and ask yourself, who really matters? Who are the people you want to take with you into the next year? Who are the ones who make you feel good, who support you, who truly love you, who are with you in both good and bad times? Because the truth is, we waste a lot of time and energy on people who don't deserve it, and end up neglecting those who are truly important. So before Christmas, I want you to do an exercise. Think about the people in your family that you love, but that you hardly ever see, hardly ever talk to. That brother who lives far away, that aunt who has always been affectionate with you, that cousin who grew up with you. Pick up the phone and call them. You don't need a special reason. Just call to say you missed them, that you were thinking about them, that you want to arrange a get-together. Sometimes we think everyone knows we like them, but people need to hear it. And if you have children, if you have parents or grandparents who are still alive, dedicate quality time to them. It's not about being in the same room looking at your cell phone. It's about being truly present, listening to what they have to say, having open-hearted conversations, creating memories together. Because one day these people will no longer be here, and you will regret not having made better use of the time you had with them. Don't let that happen. It's the same with your friends. Set aside time to meet those true friends you've been neglecting. Schedule a lunch, a coffee, a visit. Talk about life, about plans, about dreams. Laugh together, cry together if necessary, but strengthen that connection. Because true friendships are rare and precious, and they need to be cultivated. You can't think that everything will always be okay without you doing anything to keep the relationship alive. And if you're in a romantic relationship, this is the time to renew your commitment. I'm not talking about getting married again or doing anything extreme. I'm talking about looking at your partner and remembering why you chose to be with them. Talk about the good things you've experienced together during the year. Apologize if you made mistakes, if you were too harsh, if you neglected the relationship. And also talk about your dreams for the coming year, about what you want to build together. This kind of conversation strengthens the relationship in ways you can't even imagine. But look, strengthening bonds doesn't mean accepting any kind of behavior. If there's someone in your life who mistreats you, disrespects you, only shows up when they need something, that person doesn't deserve to be near you. You need to have the courage to distance yourself, to set boundaries, to choose to be alone rather than in bad company. Because there are people who drain your energy, who drag you down, who prevent you from being happy. And before Christmas, it's time for you to clean up your relationships too. What I want you to understand is this: life is about people. In the end, when you look back, you won't remember the things you bought, the places you went, or the money you earned. You'll remember the people who were with you, the laughs you shared, the hugs you received, the love you felt, and the love you gave. So take good care of those you love. Show your affection. Say what you feel, because tomorrow may be too late. And before Christmas, once you've done this, once you've strengthened your bonds with the right people, you'll feel your heart fuller, lighter, happier. You'll feel surrounded by love, support, and good energy. And that's what truly matters. That's what makes life worthwhile. So don't waste time. Go out there and make it happen. 8th point. Practice true forgiveness, especially forgiving yourself. Now let's talk about something that might be the most difficult thing I've talked about so far, but also the most liberating: forgiveness. And I'm not just talking about forgiving others. I'm mainly talking about forgiving yourself. Because the truth is that many times you are much harder on yourself than you are on anyone else. You demand too much of yourself, blame yourself for past mistakes, and keep dwelling on things that have already happened and that can no longer be changed. How many times have you caught yourself thinking, if I had done things differently, if I had made another decision, if I had acted differently, everything would be better now. But you know what? You did the best you could with the knowledge and conditions you had at that moment. You didn't know what you know today. You didn't have the maturity you have now. You were a different person. So why do you continue to punish yourself for something that can no longer be undone? Before Christmas, I want you to do an exercise in self-forgiveness. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and think about all the things you regret doing or not doing. Think about that relationship you destroyed, that opportunity you let pass, that mistake you made at work, that time you unintentionally hurt someone. Think about all of that. And now say aloud, or mentally if you prefer, I forgive myself. Say this with conviction. Say this from the heart. Because you deserve this forgiveness. You deserve to free yourself from this burden you've carried for so long. You deserve to give yourself a new chance. And when you do that, when you truly forgive yourself, something magical happens. You feel a peace you haven't felt in a long time. You feel you can start over, that you can be different, that you can do better from now on. And that's exactly the feeling you need to take into the next year. Now let's talk about forgiving others. I know there are people who have hurt you deeply. There are people who betrayed you, who lied to you, who abandoned you when you needed them most. And you have every right to be hurt, to be angry. But I need to ask you a question. Is holding on to this resentment doing you any good? Are you happier staying trapped in this bitterness? Or are you just hurting yourself more, just preventing yourself from moving on? Forgiving doesn't mean you agree with what the person did. Forgiving doesn't mean you have to have that person back in your life. Forgiving means you are freeing yourself from the prison of resentment. It means you are choosing your peace, your freedom, your happiness. And that is an act of self-love, not weakness. It takes a lot of strength and maturity to forgive someone who has hurt you. And you have that strength within you. So make a list of all the people you need to forgive. And one by one, even if only mentally, say, I forgive so-and-so for doing this to me. I release this resentment. I choose my peace. And if it makes sense, you can even talk to the person. Not to fight, not to demand explanations, but to say that you are leaving the past behind, that you are moving on. But if that's not possible, if it's better to keep your distance, that's fine. The important thing is the forgiveness that happens within you. And there's one more thing that's very important. You need to forgive God, the universe, life, whatever you want to call it. Because many times we get angry when things don't go as we expected. We feel wronged, abandoned, forgotten. We ask ourselves, why did this happen to me? Why did I have to go through this? But the truth is that many times we don't understand the bigger plans. Many times what seems like a tragedy today is a redirection towards something better tomorrow. So forgive life for not being easy. Forgive it for giving you difficult challenges. And understand that everything you've been through has brought you to where you are today, has transformed you into the person you are. And that person is strong, is wise, is capable of overcoming anything. And that person deserves to be happy, deserves to start over, deserves a bright future. So before Christmas, practice this true forgiveness. Forgive others, forgive life, and above all, forgive yourself. It's the greatest gift you can give yourself. 9th point. Clearly define your goals and dreams for the coming year. Now that you've cleansed your energy, resolved pending issues, and practiced forgiveness, it's time to look ahead. It's time for you to define what you want for the coming year. And I'm not talking about those vague desires like, I want to be happy, I want to have money, I want to find love. I'm talking about clear, specific goals that you can visualize and work towards achieving. So grab a pen and paper, or open a document on your computer and start writing. What do you want to achieve in the coming year? At work, do you want a promotion? Do you want to change jobs? Do you want to start your own business? Do you want to take a course? In the financial area, how much do you want to earn? How much do you want to save? Do you want to pay off any specific debt? In terms of health, do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain muscle mass? Do you want to improve any health problem that has been bothering you? In matters of love, if you're single, do you want to meet someone? What kind of person do you want to be like? What kind of relationship do you want to build? If you're already in a relationship, what do you want to improve? Do you want to live together? Do you want to get married? Do you want to have children? In the spiritual realm, do you want to connect more with your faith? Do you want to meditate more? Do you want to study more about spirituality? And in the personal realm, what places do you want to visit? What hobbies do you want to develop? What changes do you want to make to your appearance or lifestyle? Write everything down. Don't censor yourself. Don't think about whether it's possible or not, whether it's realistic or not. In this first moment, just write everything that comes from your heart. Later you will filter, you will see what is a priority, you will define deadlines and strategies. But for now, just let the dreams flow. Because when you put it on paper, when you take it out of your head and materialize it in words, those dreams gain strength. They begin to become real. After you've written everything down, then you can organize it. Separate your goals into categories: professional, financial, personal, romantic, spiritual, health. And within each category, choose a maximum of 3 main goals. Because if you try to do everything at once, you'll end up doing nothing. Focus on what's most important, on what will have the biggest impact on your life. The rest you can leave for later or simply let happen naturally. Now comes the most important part, transforming these goals into action plans. Because it's no use writing that you want to earn more money if you have no idea how you're going to do it. So for each goal, you'll define the necessary steps. For example, if you want to change jobs, the steps could be updating your resume, taking a course in the field, starting to apply for jobs, networking. See how it becomes more concrete, more achievable? And there's something very powerful you can do too. Create a vision board. Take a piece of poster board, or even make one digitally, and glue on images that represent your goals. Want a new car? Glue on a picture of the car. Want to travel? Glue on a picture of the place. Want to get married? Glue on a wedding photo. Want to lose weight? Glue on a picture of someone in the shape you want to have. And put this board in a place you see every day. Because every time you look at it, you'll remember your dreams, reinforce your intention, and stay focused. And look, it's very important that you believe you can achieve all of this. Because if you don't believe, if you keep doubting, if you keep thinking you don't deserve it, you'll sabotage your own plans. You need to have faith, you need to trust, you need to see yourself already living what you desire. And you, a Libra with Venus blessing you, have all the potential to realize your dreams. You are intelligent, sociable, diplomatic, creative. You have everything you need to succeed. So before Christmas, define your goals. Write down your dreams. Create your action plan. And enter the new year knowing exactly where you're going. Because when you have clarity about what you want, when you have a purpose, it becomes much easier to make decisions, much easier to resist distractions, much easier to stay motivated. And before you know it, you'll be living the life you've always dreamed of. 10th point. Create a sacred space for your spiritual practices. Spirituality doesn't have to be complicated or require elaborate rituals, but it does need a place in your life. And having a special corner, a sacred place within your home where you can connect with the divine, where you can meditate, pray, and practice your spirituality, makes all the difference. And before Christmas is the perfect time to create that space. It doesn't have to be an entire room. It can just be a corner, a small table, a shelf, a space at the head of the bed. The important thing is that it's a clean, organized, beautiful place that inspires peace and spiritual connection. And you, being a Libra, will love creating this space because you have this gift for making things beautiful and harmonious. Use this talent to create something special. What can you put in this sacred space? Well, it depends on your beliefs. If you are religious, you can place images of saints, a Bible, a rosary. If you work with a more free spiritual approach, you can place crystals, incense, candles, images of angels, statuettes of deities with whom you feel a connection. You can place natural flowers which bring life and good energy. You can place a photo of yourself as a child to connect with your pure essence. You can place photos of people you love who have passed away to honor their memory. The important thing is that each object you place there has a meaning for you. It's not about filling it with things just for the sake of it. Each item should have a reason for being there. Each one should represent something important in your spiritual journey. And keep that space always clean, always organized, always with good energy. Wipe it down every week. Change the water in the flowers. Light some incense now and then. Light a candle and say a prayer. And after you create this space, use it. There's no point in making something beautiful and never using it. Every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes, go to this sacred corner. Light a candle, say a prayer. Give thanks for the day's blessings. Ask for protection and guidance. Or just sit there in silence, breathing, connecting with your essence, with the divine that exists within you and around you. These moments will give you a peace and clarity that nothing else in the world can provide. And you can also use this space for your visualizations, your affirmations, your new moon or full moon rituals. You can use it to read something inspiring, to meditate with calming music, to write in your spiritual journal. This space is yours, it's sacred, and you can use it in whatever way makes the most sense to you. There are no rules, no right or wrong. What matters is the intention, the heart you put into it. Having a sacred space at home also helps create a spiritual routine. Because when you have a specific place for it, it's easier to remember to do your practices, it's easier to maintain discipline, it's easier to keep the rush of daily life from distracting you from what really matters. And for you, a Libra, who sometimes gets lost trying to balance all areas of life, having this spiritual anchor is essential. And you know what's most beautiful? When you create this space with love and devotion, it becomes a portal of energy. It becomes a place where you can recharge, where you can heal, where you can receive messages and insights from the spiritual plane. Many times you will have a problem without a solution. You will sit there in your sacred corner, and suddenly you will have an idea, an inspiration, an answer that seemed impossible to achieve. This is not a coincidence. It is the result of your spiritual connection. So don't put it off. Today, choose where your sacred space will be. Cleanse the place. Place the objects that have meaning for you. And before Christmas, that little corner will be ready. It will be energized. It will be waiting for you to begin a new phase in your spiritual life. And when you do that, when you honor the sacred within you, everything in your life begins to flow better. You'll see. 11th point. Write thank you letters and deliver them personally. Do you know that person who made a difference in your life? The one who helped you through a difficult time, the one who always believed in you, the one who taught you something important? Well, when was the last time you truly thanked that person? I'm not talking about a quick thank you. I'm talking about sitting down, writing a sincere letter, and delivering it to that person in person. This simple gesture can have a huge impact, both for the giver and the receiver. So before Christmas, I want you to choose at least 3 people to whom you will write thank you letters. It could be your parents, a sibling, a friend, a teacher who made a difference in your life, a boss who gave you an opportunity, or even someone you haven't seen in a long time but who was important in your past. The important thing is that it's someone who deserves to hear how special they were to you. And when you write these letters, don't worry about being perfect. It doesn't need to be a beautiful, poetic text. It needs to be true. Right from the heart. Tell the person what they did for you, how they helped you, what you learned from them, how grateful you are to have them in your life. Recall specific moments, concrete situations, so that the person understands exactly the impact they had on you. There's nothing more touching than someone remembering details. Little things we did that we thought had been forgotten. And after you write the letter, don't send it by text message, don't send it by mail. Go deliver it in person. Because delivering it by hand, looking into the person's eyes, seeing their reaction, that has a power that no technology can replace. And believe me, the person will keep that letter for the rest of their life. They will reread it during difficult times. They will get emotional every time they remember that gesture. And you will have done something truly special, something that will strengthen that relationship in a way that few things can. And you know what's interesting? When you do that, when you express gratitude in such a genuine way, you also benefit. You feel lighter, happier, more connected to the people you love. You remember all the good things you've experienced, all the incredible people who have passed through your life. And that puts you in a very positive, very abundant state of mind. You realize you're not alone, that you've always had people rooting for you, and that's very comforting. Furthermore, gratitude is one of the most powerful frequencies that exist. When you vibrate gratitude, when you express gratitude, you attract more reasons to be grateful. It's as if you were saying to the universe, "Look, I recognize all the good I have received, and I am ready to receive even more." And the universe responds, "You can be sure of that." You will notice that after this exercise, more good people will appear in your life, more help will arise when you need it, more love will circulate around you. And there's something else you can do if you want to go further. You can write a letter of gratitude to yourself. It sounds strange, but it's not. You can thank yourself for being strong, for overcoming so many things, for not giving up during difficult times, for taking care of yourself, for trying to be a better person. You deserve this recognition. You deserve to value yourself. And reading this letter you wrote to yourself can be very emotional and healing. So before Christmas, write these letters. Deliver them personally. Look people in the eye and tell them how important they are. And watch the magic happen. See how this simple gesture can transform relationships, bring more love and unity into your life, and make you feel more complete and grateful for everything you have. This is one of the most beautiful gifts you can give, both to others and to yourself. 12th point. Perform a ritual of renewal and closing of a cycle. We've reached the final point, and it's special. After you've done everything I've mentioned so far, after you've cleansed your home and your energy, resolved outstanding issues, practiced forgiveness, set goals, taken care of yourself, and strengthened your bonds, you need to perform a closing ritual. A solemn moment where you officially end this cycle and prepare for the new one that's coming. This ritual can be simple or elaborate, depending on what makes the most sense to you. But the important thing is that it's something conscious, something intentional, where you really pay attention to what you're doing and the meaning of each gesture. I'll give you some suggestions and you can choose what resonates most with you, or invent your own ritual based on your beliefs and intuition. One option is to write down on a piece of paper everything you want to leave in the past. All the pain, hurt, fear, bad patterns, toxic relationships, addictions, everything you don't want to carry into the next year. Write it all down without fear, without censoring yourself. And then, in a safe place, burn that paper. While it burns, visualize it all turning to smoke, dissipating, ceasing to have power over you. And when only ashes remain, throw them on the ground or in a plant pot, symbolizing that it has become compost, has become a lesson, and will now nourish new and good things in your life. Another option is to take an herbal bath on Christmas Eve. You can use rosemary for cleansing, rue for protection, basil for prosperity, rose for love, and lavender for peace. Boil the herbs, let them cool slightly, and after your normal shower, pour this water from your neck down, mentally asking that all heavy energy be washed away, that all blockages be removed, that you be renewed and prepared to receive all the blessings of the next cycle. And while the water runs down your body, visualize a golden light enveloping you, protecting you, filling you with positive energy. You can also perform a candle ritual. Take a white candle, which represents cleansing and renewal, and a gold or green candle, which represents prosperity and new beginnings. Light both in a quiet place, preferably in your sacred space if you have created one. While they burn, remain there in silence or say a prayer or meditate, or simply give thanks for everything you have experienced and ask for protection and guidance for the coming year. Let the candles burn completely if it is safe to do so, or extinguish them when you feel the ritual is complete. Some people also like to make offerings. You can prepare an offering for your spirit guides, your angels, the Orisha that protects you if you follow religions of African origin, or for God if you are Christian. It can be flowers, fruits, a candle, incense, water, honey, anything that represents gratitude and respect. You place it in an appropriate place, say your prayers, give thanks for the protection of the past year, and ask for continued protection for the coming year. Regardless of the ritual you choose to perform, there's one essential thing: intention. The ritual is just an instrument, a tool to focus your energy, to declare your intentions to the universe. But what truly has power is what's in your heart, the sincerity with which you do it, the faith you place in it. So don't do it haphazardly. Do it with respect, with devotion, with total presence. Turn off your cell phone. Ask no one to interrupt you. Create a conducive environment with soft music if you wish, with low lighting, with burning incense. Make it worthwhile. And after the ritual is complete, you will feel a change. You will feel that you have truly closed a cycle, that you have truly left the old behind, that you are truly ready for the new. And this feeling will give you enormous strength to enter the new year with confidence, with hope, with the certainty that good things are on their way. Because when you prepare yourself spiritually, when you align your energy with your goals, there's no way it can go wrong. The universe conspires in favor of those who are prepared to receive. So before Christmas, perform this ritual. Close the cycle consciously. Give thanks for everything, forgive everything, release everything, and open your arms, your heart, and your life to all the good that is to come. You deserve a new beginning. You deserve an abundant, happy, and peaceful life. And when you do your part, when you prepare yourself, you can be sure that the best is on its way. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Okay, now you know exactly what you need to do before Christmas arrives. These are 12 powerful things that will transform your energy, your life, your future. And I know it might seem like a lot. I know you might be thinking you won't have time to do everything. But look, you don't need to do it all in one day. You still have a few days. Do one thing a day or two if you can. The important thing is to start now, to not let this opportunity for renewal pass you by. And when Christmas arrives, when you're with family and friends, celebrating this special time, you'll be different. You'll feel lighter, more at peace, more confident. You'll be ready to truly enjoy the good moments, to create beautiful memories, to connect with an open heart with the people you love. And most importantly, you'll be prepared to enter the new year in the best possible way. Because the new year isn't just a change of calendar. It's an opportunity for a fresh start, for renewal, to build something better than what you had before. But to take advantage of this opportunity, you need to prepare. And that's exactly what these 12 things do. They prepare you emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically to receive all the good things the universe has in store for you. So I want to give you a challenge. Commit to yourself now that you will do at least 10 of these 12 things before Christmas. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything down to the smallest detail. But you need to do it. You need to have the attitude. You need to show the universe that you are taking this transformation seriously. And when you do that, when you truly dedicate yourself to this preparation, you will see results that will surprise you. And look, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now. Activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Because here you'll find guidance, messages, and energies that will help you live better, connect with your purpose, and understand the signs of the universe. And if the messages on this channel touch your heart, if they make a difference in your life, consider becoming a member, consider supporting this work. Because it's your support that allows me to continue bringing quality content, that allows me to continue dedicating my time to helping each of you. And before I finish, I want to remind you of something very important. You are special. You are unique. You have a purpose in this life. And even though sometimes you doubt it, even though sometimes you feel lost or inadequate, know that you are exactly as you should be. Your difficulties strengthen you, your mistakes teach you, your pain transforms you, and everything you've been through so far has prepared you for what's to come. Trust in that. Next year could be your year. It could be the year everything finally falls into place, where you achieve what you've always wanted, where you find the peace you've been searching for. But for that to happen, you need to do your part. You need to prepare, dedicate yourself, believe. And these 12 things I've shown you today are the first step on that journey. So don't waste this opportunity. Act while there's still time. And come celebrate with me when everything starts going right in your life. I believe in you. I believe in your potential. And I know you'll make it happen. Merry early Christmas. May this day be filled with love, peace, and renewal. And may the coming year be the best year of your life. You deserve it. A big hug to your heart, and see you in the next video.